Yells.
Alright, what's going on, y'all? So another year, another FIFA versus Pro video. This year is Pro 2015 versus FIFA 15, and you know, I put up my reviews for the FIFA demo and the Pro demo, so make sure to check that out if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit me up on Twitter, PSN. All that good shit will be down in the description below, so make sure to check that out. And yeah, like I said, another year, and it's FIFA 15 versus Pro 2015. And we all know Pro was the king of football games back in the day, and then on the PS3, you know, Pro made a huge amount of steps backwards, and FIFA came back with a lot of huge steps forward. You know what I'm saying? And then I'd say halfway through the PS3 generation, Pro started making slow comebacks, but it never really made big steps forwards. But it did slowly improve, and FIFA, I wouldn't say dramatically improved, but FIFA was still in the lead. And to be honest, even right now, with last year's FIFA was probably in the lead anyway. But I mean, everyone that plays football, everyone that understands football will know one thing, and that's Pro's gameplay has always been better than FIFA's. Always. I mean, that's not, to be honest, to me it's not something that's been up for debate. I think it's just a pure fact. Pro has always had better gameplay compared to FIFA, and I'm talking about Pro from the very first Pro up until now. I think Pro has always had the better gameplay, but where FIFA has really excelled in is the social side of the game, and FIFA just became very easy to just pick up and play. Hence, a lot of the people that play FIFA are all casual gamers, where they can just pick up the game, you know, pick up the controller, bang a few goals in, and you know, they've had their fun. But when it comes to Pro always has required more skill to play. Pro requires more skill to master. Pro is just more of a difficult game all in all. You know, it's more of a challenging game compared to FIFA, whereas FIFA you can just press L1 triangle and you're through on goal, right? And this year, I honestly think it comes down to the online play of both games, because in terms of the actual gameplay and stuff, I think it will simply come down to what people prefer. Some people will prefer FIFA's gameplay because it's easy to just pick up and play. Some people will just prefer Pro's gameplay because it's more of a challenging game, it requires more skill. Some people just prefer Pro's gameplay. And last year when I played Pro on the PS3, the online capabilities was horrendous. Like updating the squads and getting into games, absolutely horrible, you know. Whereas FIFA is much more simpler and it's much more user friendly. You got Ultimate Team, even though that's a money whoring game mode, but you got Ultimate Team, which is tons of fun. You got Pro Clubs, you got a lot of shit in FIFA, right? And even though you do have a lot of stuff in Pro, it's just not easily accessible. It just seems to be kind of a clusterfuck, if I'm honest. Last time when I tried to play FIFA Pro with my boys online, it was, I don't know what Konami were thinking with some of the updates and shit and how the game online works. But whereas FIFA is just more simpler, and a lot of people just prefer FIFA simply because of its online play. Not necessarily because of the gameplay, but because of the actual online play and Ultimate Team and that kind of stuff. And I think that's where FIFA is really stronger than Pro when it comes to the online. Now when Pro eventually comes out later down the year, we're going to have to wait and see how the online turns up on that. But like I said, there's very little between the two games now. I mean, they're pretty much neck and neck. FIFA will always sell more simply because, like I said, it's easier for the casual gamer, it's easier for people to just pick up and play it. And the other thing is obviously licenses, right? FIFA is obviously FIFA, right? So they've got all the licenses, and it basically just locks Pro out of getting the licenses for like Premier League teams and shit like that. So that's something Pro really can't really do, and that's something where FIFA obviously has the upper hand on Pro. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's a shame because I really hoped maybe one day Pro would get the Premier League licenses, you know what I'm saying? But obviously it's pretty much impossible for them because obviously FIFA's FIFA, it's got all the money, and it's FIFA, right? I'm talking about the actual Federation FIFA, so it's like FIFA's always going to have the upper hand on that case. But I mean, like I said, both games are tons of. They're great. I mean, I can't say. I'd say I'm more impressed with Pro than FIFA simply because of the gameplay. I don't think FIFA has taken that much steps forward. I mean, goalkeepers on FIFA are pretty different now, but in general terms, I think Pro's impressed me a bit more in terms of his gameplay. But like I said, both games, it pretty much comes down to which game people prefer. If I'm honest, I'm sure, like I said, lots of people prefer FIFA over Pro simply because it's pick up and play. You got the online gaming. The online is just easier in FIFA than Pro. But like I said, we're gonna have to wait till Pro comes out in November to actually see it in action. But in general terms, it just comes down to what people prefer. And watch this goal. I remember scoring this goal. It's like, what the? And watch this. He takes the shot. I don't get this finish. I really don't get this. Look at this. Now, what the fuck is that? Now, that's a glitch. That is a glitch right there. So, you don't score a goal in football like that. You just don't. I mean, I don't know. But, like I said, both games are... They're good. I'm not going to say both games are ridiculously amazing, but both games are fun. Let's just put it that way. And like I said, they're both neck and neck now. It just simply comes down to what game you prefer. It just simply comes down to what game people prefer. Me personally, I don't really know at this moment in time. I'm just gonna have to wait and see. And the problem is that Pro comes out so later down the year. People are already going to be playing FIFA, so that puts Pro back a bit more. Coming out so late. If they came out the same time as FIFA or even earlier, it would have been better for them. But obviously, I don't know. They bring that in November, and obviously, FIFA's going to be. They're going to have a 2-month head start, so I don't know where that's going to leave Pro. But, like I said, let me know what you think down below in the comments about these two games. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe for more. I'll be around. But like I said, yeah, both games are fun. Looking forward to FIFA as well. I can't lie, for the Ultimate Team. See what that's about. Looking forward to Pro as well. I think Pro is going to be an amazing couch game. I really do. I think Pro will be a better couch game than FIFA. FIFA will be a better online game, but Pro will be a better couch game. I don't know why, but Pro's always been a better couch game. I remember playing Pro on the PS2, and when you're all together with your boys and shit, Pro always used to be much more fun as a couch game as opposed to FIFA. I don't know what it is, but it's just like that, right? I don't know. It's weird, but like I said, I'm up for now. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Another year Pro versus FIFA. I'm up.